Okay, so a couple of updates ago, Flutterflow gave us the opportunity to add other projects as dependencies as a library into our apps. So I'm just going to run through that because I think it's a brilliant way of not repeating yourself, obviously, and making yourself more efficient with your app building. So I've got a blank app here. This is my standard auth template that I start everything with. You can go and clone it on rapidmvp.co. It's completely free. Just fill in your email address and away you go. And what we're going to do is we import a library into it. So over on settings, and you've got project dependencies, and you've got the option to add a library, Flutterflow libraries. And if you click on the eye, you can basically add another Flutterflow project as a dependency. So that's what we're going to do and see how it works. So add library, it's looking for some now, and there aren't any basically because I haven't exported any, but I am going through rebuilding some different apps and using them specifically as libraries because I think it's a, as I say, great way to not repeat myself and to keep reusing the same stuff over and over again, using it modularly, I suppose. So what we need to do is head over to the other project, export it as a library, and then we're going to import it into here. But before we go and just do that, within this currently we only have a couple of custom actions, which is to do with the email authentication for a user, and then just the custom widgets are purely just commented out code for information you'd put in Supabase if you're setting this up for an app. So that's what's in there, is completely blank. So when we bring it in, we can check what's been imported. So if we head over to the project, okay, so I've got this project called Maps Library. Now I've actually got a project called Maps. It's one I'm working on I'm building it as a library. That's the point of it. Some of the functions are not quite 100% yet, so I'm still working on it. However, I want to get this video done. So what we've done, we've cloned the main Maps project called it Maps Library, because when we do create it as a library, it's going to disable some features. So just to save any breaking changes, we've just cloned it. So basically what we've got on this is we've got 5 different map types, custom maps for Flutterflow, where our user can interact with our maps. We can add a single point, a single marker, we can add a circle, we can add multiple markers, we can add a polygon, and then we've got another one that sort of moves about based on user location. So they're the map types that we've got in this custom maps project, and this is going to be a library that I can import into other projects, and that's kind of the point of this. Like I say, it hasn't quite finished yet. I'm trying to still get some of this stuff to work how I want it to. So so if we go into our app settings, but we want to publish this project as a library, and it'll automatically give us the 001 version, which is fine, and then we'll call it first publish. As a library, and then we'll just publish, and this is when we get the message, the warning saying make sure that you're sure you want to do this, because if you're using your main project, there's going to be some things that break, basically. So we're fine because this is a clone project. We've already done that bit, so there's something to bear in mind if you are going to do this. And then we should have this is a library. Okay, so we've got a load of auth errors. I'm not sure if that's going to affect how it functions as a library. I may have to make some changes in this and publish it again, but we'll see. So we'll try and import it as a library first. Okay, so we're back in our app, and if we go back into, like I said, into the dependencies, and we want to add a library, so hopefully we've now got one. And then we want to input our maps library. So we're importing, the main thing obviously we're going to be after is the custom widgets, and the custom components will be handy as well, obviously, and the app states are critical to make the map widgets work. So that's all good. So we've got our library there, like I say, with the details that we've just seen, and it says we've got the app states, the data types, etc, etc. The components are kind of additions to the maps, but everything else is required to make the custom maps work. So if we wanted to go and add those in a page, so if we go to, I think we've got a blank home page, and then if we go into our widgets and go to library components, which is that option in the middle there, and then you can see we have got our different widgets. So we can just drag a widget in there, and they are required to have a width and a height. And then that one was the multiple markers, so we can put multiple markers on the map. So what we've done, we've imported the library and we can now use those widgets in this app. So this is great if you're using, like I say, maps is a good one. You can use it for charts. You can use it for anything where you've got custom widgets, components, etc. all set up, so you can import them and use them across your different apps. Like for instance, I am going through setting up some different libraries, so I don't have to repeat my work. And this is one of the best things I've seen in Flutterflow since I've been using it. So yeah, that was a quick one. Hopefully that's something you can use. Hopefully it's something you've already seen. If you haven't, this is how you do it. It just makes our lives so much easier in terms of efficiency for our projects. So hopefully that's useful. Very quick one, but that's what it needs to be. And I'll speak to you in the next video.